Hi Aries, Väduren in Swedish, and welcome to my channel A New Era. My name is Emma, and I will continue on this path with relationships that I've come up with just last week for the first time, and I will just continue and see what comes out for you guys. Hope you were happy with the last reading, and because it's a general reading, it might not be for the same people. It almost, hopefully, will not be for the same people, sorry. But maybe it resonates with you anyway, depending on what comes out. So just feel whether it's for you or not. And I'll just jump right in. Two cards. Hi. Okay, so I see that there's it's gonna be time to spend alone, and I don't mean to sound like a drag, like I'm gonna be alone, but it just feels like you want to take some alone time and really just figure stuff out, like take a step back and just reevaluate your situation, whether you're in a relationship or whether you're single. Right now, what's going on with you guys is like, what just happened? I need to take a step back and just think about my situation and really feel what it is that you're after. Like what through the relationship do you want? Like what do you want out of a relationship? Do you even want to be in a relationship? And I'm not saying you should be single or that you should be by yourself for the rest of your life, but it feels like right now it's more of a you should be in a relationship rather than you want to be in a relationship. So I think if you just and not jump into the, of course I do, but to just really feel if that is what you want. It's nothing wrong with being on your own, and for instance, stuff that you want to do, or just go to a movie or have dinner, whatever, you can have that with friends, you can have that on your own. And if your biggest because this card comes across as there's stuff happening, it's all these different, like there's a trip here where fun things happens, and there's people that you really enjoy, and then you can go to an exhibition, like an utställning, to watch art, or just things happening. You can go in different like venues like this, and then come home and be by yourself and really feel fulfilled. But it feels like you're not. It feels like you come home, and this is first and foremost for the single Aries. It feels like, but you're not, because you're so hung up that you should be with a person. That to me just means that find more, and it sounds a bit silly, that go educate yourself on how to be with yourself. Like if there were any self-help books in the section of self-help books, how to be with yourself, borrow that book, because it feels like you need to practice really enjoying your own company and really feel like, I'm such a yummy person, and it's gonna really take the partner or the people around me to, not in an arrogant way and not in a high horse, I'm better than everybody else and there's nobody out there who is good enough for me, but in the way that you just really enjoy your own company, and that you really start to love being with yourself. And it feels a tiny bit like you don't, and it feels like it's more focused on the I lack a partner, I miss a partner, rather than I feel full and fulfilled within myself. And so that's the first step. Like take a look at that. And even for this is for the Aries that I connect with that are in a relationship, it feels like you're walking this path alone. Like, even though you're with your partner, it feels like it's not fully committed, and you're not fully engaged. And I don't mean with the ring, but like, and maybe not that either. You're not fully engaged and fully committed to the relationship, and you feel like your partner isn't as well. And so take a look at that. That's you just sitting there by yourself, feeling a bit sad that you're by yourself, and there's all these things happening around it. And yeah, that's fun, but then it ends up with me being by myself, and it's not that fun. Let's do another card that came out. Ooh, I had this card for Leos the other week, and okay, I'm gonna sort of do a 180. Do you say that in English? Like, I want to do like a full turnaround and say that some of the Aries out there are dealing with a person who are just full of themselves. Like, you're like and this goes for either whether you're single and you're like, you have your eye out for somebody, like you okay, let's one at a time because there's too much information. So I start with the single guys. For you single Aries who actually you're not in a committed relationship, but if there's a person out there that you started to date and that you started to see a tiny bit, there's been somebody in your surroundings that sort of think that they're more than everybody else. They're better. They're like, you should just sprinkle roses wherever I walk, and not in a you should respect me, I respect myself, and therefore I demand respect from everybody else, which I think is a good thing. This feels a bit more, you should kiss my feet, and I sort of look down on you a tiny bit. And I just want to say right now, you don't want to be with that person. You have full responsibility of what you do with that information and whether you want to stay or not. And you're probably going to stay a tiny bit more because it feels like your heart is a bit, you're already a tiny bit invested, and you should not be invested. I'm just letting you know what it feels like, because this energy feels a bit sleazy, to be honest. And if that's the sort of person that thinks that you should just be almost like their assistant, or almost like, yeah, as long as I'm fulfilled, as long as my needs are met, as long as I'm taken care of, or whatever. And this goes out for either a man or a woman. And yeah, and this is also for the committed relationships. It feels like this is the type of person that you've been dealing with, and therefore therein lies the not committed. It feels like they don't want to commit to you. It's good to have you there, but that's it. And so you need to take a look at your okay, so I hear now that maybe this was what I was talking about last week as well, that you need to do a bit of a check-in with your self-worth, like ditt värde, what you feel like you basically you're worth more. And either your person needs to step up and just start to see you and start to understand that you're an awesome person, and they have no idea who they have in front of their face. I'm not saying that you are like somebody that they should sprinkle roses around and that you're better than everybody else, but you are a damn good person. And sorry for swearing. And you're just waiting, like you're just waiting around for this douche to make a move or make some sort of commitment, and I'm sorry to say that they won't, because as long as they can treat you the way that you allow them to treat you, they will continue to do that, because whatever situation, it's working for them. It's not really truly working for them, because this is not soul. They're not soul fulfilled, if that even is a word. Like they're not content in their soul, and neither are you, to be honest. And you can do so much more. You can do, like, I can understand why you attracted this person, because it feels like they have pushed every button that can be pushed, and that it has made you think about who you want as a person in a relationship, even if you should be in a relationship. And this is more like, there are some single Aries that I'm connecting with that feels like it's more of a I should be in a relationship because that's what we do in this society. You don't necessarily have to be that. Get a dog. Do something different to just if you need to fill that hole. It's not what I usually recommend. But if you need to do something to distract your feeling of, because you're always going to be on the lookout that is this the person, is this the person, is this the person, like, it's exhausting. And the fact is, you might not even want this type of relationship because you're good on your own. You have your what do you call that, like routines, rutiner in Swedish. I don't really know the English word, but you're like, I like this, I like to do this at a certain time, I like to eat this, I like to watch this, I like to whatever it is. And if that messes with your schedule a tiny bit, you're sort of not really into that. So look into whether you really want a relationship or not. And you guys out there who are in a committed or not so committed relationship, who actually are with the person who is not treating you well, get out. Or start to ask questions, and don't be afraid if the answer is not what you want to hear. They will save you time you will save yourself time by you asking and them answering. And whether they're saying, yeah, I'm committed to you, I wanna be with you, with your questions, like, if they're even like that, you're supposed to be with a person who asks you, what do you want? What do you need? What is fun for you? What is your favorite color? Like, really, that's the type of person you should be with. Okay, you might not understand fully why I got that out from this card, but I just show you anyway. And you're standing there waiting. You're done waiting, Aries. And try to stay on time today. So final wrap-up card for Aries and what to do. Fly, Aries, fly. Play. You need to play more. And for some reason I hear, I get the name Archangel Michael. Like Archangel Michael. And Archangel Michael, for me, it stands for action, like go do things, just very blue and very like all nuances of blue, and you just need to go out and have fun, and stop, like, go out and have fun, and don't I can remember when I was like 14 or 15 years old, the whole party depended, whether it was going to be fun or not, depended on whether the guy was going to be there or not, and whether the guy then said hello or not, you know. And I sort of get the same, I'm not saying you're 14 or acting 14, but it's sort of the same vibe, that if you go out and you dance and you have fun, and or you go to the movies or whatever, this sort of whole night is then you will like put your, so how was it last night? Yeah, it was okay. So even though you had a blast, like even though you had such a good time, it still is sort of because you feel like, but my guy wasn't with me, or my partner wasn't with me, or whether you're single and you feel like, well, yeah, it was fun, but I was there alone, still don't have a partner. Like, it's just a long, dragged out, slow death. That's a bit harsh, but like, it's no fun. You need to go out and have fun. And whether you're in a relationship or not, sort of put your person, if you're in a relationship, on the back burner. Like, put him on the, or her on the shelf for a bit, and just go out and have fun and take care of yourself. And for just a week or 2 or 3, try the best you can not to evaluate. Like, don't värdesätt inte how your life is going depending on where you're at in your relationship, or whether you have a partner or not. Like, just shake your hand right now and just make that commitment with yourself. And like, this is what I'm going to do now. I'm going to focus on me, and I'm going to have fun, whether I'm with somebody, whether they're committed or connected to me or not. I'm just going to have fun. And then watch what happens. Because to the universe is clear what you're after. And to you single guys out there who think you want a relationship, ask yourself, do I really want one? Okay, slight overtime, but that's it for this week. Hope you're worth more. You're worth more. I'm just letting you know. Feel that in your heart. You're worth more. It's supposed to be a uplifting, inspiring, amazing, loving relationship. Not something where you need to question yourself all the time, or why don't they want to be with you? Because they're not going to say that. That's it for this week. Hope to see you next week. If you liked what you heard or saw or whatever, please subscribe, and have a nice week till next time. Bye.